Bickering.
Bicker.
I want to see if it's actually going to zoom out.
Well, let's see. I can see.
Yeah, but it's going to look different on your end than it does on Facebook.
I can
It's
see half of Marlene's face.
And I can see all of Marlene.
And her shoulder.
See? It's how much
Do you
it
want me
changes.
do you want me to sit over here?
No, you're fine. Unless you don't want to sit next to me.
Where's
I
my
did
stick?
shower, but listen, they want you, so we give them what they want.
They want me.
They want both of you. Yes, I don't even know if they want me anymore. They just want you
Come
guys.
on, us.
So that's just how it is.
Shelley thinks I should dance, and then Barb could just
I
look
haven't-
embarrassed.
I haven't
I
read
love
any
the
of the
comment
comments.
about
I don't know any of
Jessica
them.
singing,
Can it, Marlene dancing
Marlene
and
dancing, and Barb will make like she doesn't
know
know either one of
us.
I mean, that's pretty much every day of our lives. So
How do I get this bigger
It pretty much is.
without making it big?
nope. I don't know. How did we do it last time? This. There we go.
Oh, there you go. 'Cause
Okay.
somehow I had it and the comments weren't showing.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. We want all of you. All right. So, good morning.
Good morning,
I don't know
Trish.
why. I'm already laughing because I already know what's going to happen. I have.
Oh my God, they've been listening.
I
We
have
want each of you.
legitimately not read the comments. Every time I got a
haven't
notification, I minimized it. So I think that we should start by doing something we haven't done in a really long time.
Dance?
Okay. No.
Sing?
I think that we should introduce ourselves because we have new people, and everybody, I hear this all the time, cannot remember which one of you is which, and they
Oh
don't,
my
and the
gosh.
voices, and to me, it's a very big difference. But this is Marlene,
Very easy to remember. Marvelous Marlene.
and this is Barb, which Eric says Barb. I don't know why he started doing that a long time ago. I don't know why. I have no idea
I don't
why
know,
he
but I
says
said,
Barb.
Eric. I don't
So-
know, but I thought he had a nice comment when he said we could talk about him today.
I see. I didn't look at any of them, so
When you
I'm going
said,
to
what
read
can
them
we
all.
talk about?
Well,
He
I'm
said,
going to
talk
read
about
them
your
all
wonderful
live.
husband.
I'm going to read them all live, so
Okay.
stop spoiling them. Okay, so
I haven't looked at any of them either.
I don't know, Marlene. Are there some
Oh my
good ones in there?
gosh.
Because it sounds like you've
I
been
don't
reading
know.
them.
No, he had that. It was like
he's always
separate that
got
popped
something.
up.
He's always got something to say.
Helene is in Tel Aviv.
Helene,
He's in Tel Aviv.
why are you
So
watching
long,
us?
Tel
Go have
Aviv.
fun. Watching us is cannot be better than where you are.
They learned about Cork in Portugal.
That's awesome, and I can't wait because I get to see Helene on the virtual soon, so she can tell us all about it because I'm excited.
I've got a topic to talk about too.
You have a topic?
It just dawned on me. Yeah.
My son's going to
Just
Portugal
join
Wednesday.
you. So
Do
if
you want
you're
to start with mine?
sure. I was just gonna
It's your
finish.
topic.
I was just gonna
Wonderful
finish
blog.
my
I think
introduction,
I
but
think the three of us should take a lovely learning trip to Portugal.
Me too.
okay.
It
You
would be
can
a
pay
tax
for it.
write-off for you. Well, for you, it would be a tax write-off.
There you go.
Do you see? You guys want this? This is what happens. So
Don't. Let's see. Everybody raise their hand.
no.
Here's an idea.
Can
You
I please finish
send Barb and
talking?
Marlene for an education.
I'm gonna send
you
Barb
can
and
do
Marlene
that,
out
too.
there.
Oh.
I need to finish talking. This is my show, damn it. So
Okay.
anyway, I just wanted to say hi. And if you're new here, God bless you. And if you're not new here and you've stuck around for over 2 years, I would just like to know why, because I'm really confused. Anyway, I didn't have any ideas this week because I've been getting ready to go to a guild, and it's been a crazy week. It's been a short week, and not having a regular job, the short weeks are still affect me. They're still, I don't get like a day off. I never take a day off. That's my own problem. So I said, help me. And apparently you guys helped me, and they've seen a couple things and I have not seen anything. I literally just said, I'm not going to look. So if you want to ask a question about anything to any of us, today is your day.
Oh my gosh.
Not that you can't ask questions any other day, but today is your day. It's your questions and your comments, and I'm going to read them, and then Barb is probably going to get some other things that she's going to read, and then Marlene will come up with something she wants to ask me, because that's just how it is. So we're going to see. I have no idea what I'm about to open up here. We're going to see all the comments on the post. Nope, not those. Oh, my niece is starting her senior year of high school.
Yay.
Wow.
I know. I used to
Congratulations.
babysit her, and she was a tiny
Does it
little
make you feel
child.
old?
It doesn't feel. It doesn't feel. It is, yes, that was the child I used to babysit. I'm like, how did that happen? She looks just like my brother-in-law. Sorry, Kira, it's not your fault. No, I'm just kidding. She's beautiful.
You do realize they have no idea what you're talking about.
No, they don't at all. Where? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Facebook updated their app and I really don't like it. It's really annoying because they keep trying to group things together that don't make sense. And they switch between my personal and my business profile and then I can't keep track of anything. So here we go. Oh, dear Lord, there's 45 comments.
Oh, good.
Let's see.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, all comments. I'm just reading them. There's no particular order. We're going to see what happens. I'm reading them all out loud.
Uh-oh.
So, whether you wanted them out loud or not, you shouldn't have put them on social media. So, I mean, am I wrong?
No.
Right. Exactly. So, Cindy. Oh, I don't know what that was. Cindy said, I made, it was a spit bubble. I made 4,
Oh, for the love of God.
A spit bubble.
At least it wasn't a fur
Oh,
ball.
God, what
Air
happened?
ball.
I thought you were going
What
to say a
happened?
fart
Hang
because
on.
that would have been really funny too.
No, air
At least it wasn't a fart.
Hang on.
What did you do?
I did nothing.
It didn't end.
I know it did. Now it's starting over.
Oh, no, that's last week. Did you end us?
I did
Move
not.
your hand. Oh my God, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Computer
Are we
operator's
done?
not very good at
I
it.
don't know.
My computer operator is having an issue.
I didn't do anything to it.
Okay. Are we still on? Can someone tell me if
Somebody
we're still
answer.
there?
Are we here?
Are we here? Are you gonna have your rates revoked? It still says live.
Yeah.
All right. We're going for it. All right. I don't know if we,
We
are or
still-
not.
yeah,
we
we
might
still-
still be talking
yeah.
to ourselves.
No,
All
they
right.
see us.
So Cindy
They
said,
want to know when the song and dance portion is.
I made 4 Sydney
coming up.
wallets, which I will post soon. I found them very quick once everything was cut out. That is true. Once you get all the cutting done, which is not my favorite part. I mean, it's not my least favorite, but you know, I just want to sit and sew. She said the finished project was so worth the effort. Sydney, I'm assuming these are your first Sydneys because you seem very enthusiastic about it. My son, who's in his 30s, couldn't believe I made them. They're so professional. Well, awesome. That's good. I love that. And I think they are very professional looking. Okay, Janet, I would love to get another primer on cam snaps and rivets. What's the difference? What do we need for both? Okay, I'm going to take some liberties with this question because I think what you're asking is like rivet setters, and cam snaps is a rivet setter. So you said cam snaps versus rivets. Cam snaps and Gold Star are the 2 brands. Rivets can be set with either of those. So that the difference between the 2 is just the 2 different companies. And I know, and I owe you guys, I've been saying this for a while, but unfortunately too many things have happened in the meantime. This year's been it's been those words right there.
Yeah, I almost said it.
It's been an it show. So I owe you guys a, what do we call it? You don't know. I don't know. A basics list for a rivet setter so that you have the difference. And I do have that somewhere and I will get that done. I promise. I have a note. I've had a note in my phone for a very long time. But the difference between Cam Snap and Gold Star is really just a difference in preference of company. Cam Snap has amazing customer service. Gold Star, I think, is slightly on the less expensive side, but all in all, getting a rivet setter and getting dies is pricey. Everybody has their preference. I use both. I like both. There's really, to me, there isn't much of a difference as far as that's concerned. As far as the dies are concerned, they each have a lot of the basics. Cam Snap offers some specialty things that Gold Star doesn't. So depending on what you want to do with it, but they both set rivets just fine. I have set our rivets with both of them. One thing to keep in mind, if you are buying a rivet setter and you want to start with something basic and you just want to do rivets, the rivets that I sell, those are 8mm double cap. So that means both sides, that can be used front or back. There's really like not a top and a bottom. They both have that little rounded cap part. So you need the correct die. If you order just an 8mm and you get a different style, it won't work and it will smush your rivets. So
Is that a technical term?
Smush?
it is. It is a very
good.
technical term. And smush in a not in a good way. Not smush as in setting, but smush as in just ruin. For what do we need for both? So Snaps versus rivets. If you're talking, because I'm not, I don't want to make sure I answer your question completely. A snap versus a rivet. A snap, like we'll use in a Sydney or in a Daybreak wallet, that would just require a different die set. Just make sure you're getting the correct style and size, and then obviously any kind of different rivets that you use, you would need another die set. Think about the rivet setter as your sewing machine and the dies as your feet. So for each thing that you do, you might want to get a different foot. I don't know if that answered your question, but I did the best that I could. Joe Evans, can you sing show tunes?
Yes, we can, as a matter of fact.
Oh gosh, no.
That was your
wanna
answer. Yes, we can. No, we are not going to. No, we don't sing here.
We don't?
I was a joke.
Why not?
No. Because
Zip it, Marley.
because I'm not a good singer. Although if you ask Drunk Eric back in 2005 or so, Drunk Eric said, "You have a really nice singing voice." That was a lie. He also told me that we were going to go on a cruise. We did not do that either. We did get married, which he did tell me that the same night, but we got married sooner than he said. He said, "In 2 years, I'm going to ask you to marry me." And I said, "Great." And then he didn't. It was a year later. So, Rebecca, no, we are not taking requests. We are not singing It's Raining Men.
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
I see Cheryl wants to second Shelly's idea, which I haven't seen yet, but there is a costume involved. We will get there.
Shelly wants me to dance.
Okay, let's see. Jerry would like to know the different types of canvases and where to use them. This is a good one. I like this one. Can you interface canvas, cork, and vinyl? And if so, what kind of interfacing would be used for each? Thank you. You're looking forward to learning from me, Jerry. This is the wrong place to be. But I do have tutorials which are better for that. So you will learn things from Facebook that you don't need to know for any purpose in your life. But here we go. So different types of canvas. There is cotton canvas, which if you look on the website, that's the majority of the fabrics page. We don't sell a lot of quilters cotton aside from my collection, which is getting low, but we still have some. And those are batiks, totally different. We sell a cotton canvas, and the difference between cotton canvas and quilters cotton, the canvas is a little bit heavier. When you feel it, you notice more of like a texture to it. It's almost like I want to say gritty, but that's the wrong word. It has a texture. The only time I find that it's an issue as far as the extra thickness is if you're making a handle and you're folding it 4 times and then you're folding that over a piece of hardware, it gets a little bit thick, and your machine, depending on what machine and what needle you're using, might not love that, or you might have to make some accommodations. But other than that, we use a lot of the cotton canvas. I use it on the outside. I have had people use it on the linings of bags. For me, it's way too pretty and I want it on the outside. Plus, it's a little heavier. I do interface that with either Decoville Light or Decor Bunch. The other kind of canvas that we sell is waterproof canvas. Waterproof canvas is actually an outdoor fabric, so it has a rubber backing on it. It's by Ottertex, and it does not need any interfacing. You just cut it and use it for the lining. The fraying, I'm not going to say it doesn't fray. A lot of people will say it does not at all. Anything that has a woven fabric, I think, can fray, but it's minimal. You have to really pull at the edges to get it to fray. But that being said, I wouldn't use it raw edge. I use it in a seam, but that you do not have to interface at all. You don't want to interface because the interfacing would be on the rubber side, and rubber and an iron, not a good combination. We did sell wax canvas. We are not selling it anymore. We did decide to take it completely off the website. We will reduce the price on the inventory we have and clear it out. It just, things happen, things work for a while and then they don't work. So we have to make room for better inventory, better for us. The wax canvas is actual canvas, like a duck cloth that has a wax process that's done to it. So it has wax on both sides. That one, people have interfaced it. I prefer not to because I like the crinkled look of it, but it doesn't have as much body to it. So if you want something more substantial, you may want to interface it. It kind of takes away from the appeal of it though. And because it's waxed, you want to be careful with your iron. So I think that was everything.
You have a mess.
We have a mess.
If you wax,
Well, Yes,
your iron.
you want to use like a piece of cotton or something in between. But what I find is that the more you iron it, the more of that wax absorbs into that piece of fabric, and then you're losing the wax on the wax canvas. So to me, it's kind of silly. Why would I want to take that away? And the appeal to me with the wax canvas is I don't have to interface it, and the more wrinkled it is, the better. So that means I don't have to iron it. So I wad it up and get it all wrinkled, and I like it that way. So Diane Lill said, I don't know. That's the best I can do on that face. I'm sure it's because she is blown away by the fact that she thought I was going to sing. I am not. Because Marjorie said she's good with singing. No. No, there's only one song that's in my head and it's not appropriate for Facebook. So most of the things in my head are not appropriate for Facebook.
True.
Mary said, talk about upcoming templates and pattern videos in the works. Mary, you assume that I'm doing anything. No, I'm just kidding. Right now, the list of templates keeps growing. I haven't started anything yet, but because I have to leave this weekend to go to a guild. Once I get back and my head is a little bit more focused on me and not traveling somewhere, I do have some template ideas. I have some requests for patterns. Somebody had asked for the Lucy pattern in templates, and somebody had asked for something else. I don't know, that's why I write stuff down. But I also was working on or thinking about that's not a rivet, what is it called? Twist lock. A twist lock and flip lock cutout, like with the actual cutout so you can mark your placement. So that is something I was working on, and I had a request for some template overlays, or no, zipper overlays. I'm working on those too. As far as new pattern videos, the next one is going to be the getaway bag, which is behind me. I have Alice that I still have to edit, and I've been getting a lot of requests. It just glitched. A lot of requests for mini divas. So probably getaway and mini divas will be next up on the list. And Lainey backpack is also high on the list. So yes, I thought you were gonna. I didn't know if you were gonna hit me. No. I was waiting to get backhanded.
No.
Yes.
Do we have any bags here with the wax canvas? I know there's one around somewhere. The gold.
Yeah, but I don't know where anything is. Oh wait, yeah, behind you, the Lola XL has wax canvas.
Let's not knock the table over.
Let's not knock Barb over. Barb with wheeled chairs doesn't always work well. All right, what are we doing with this?
Wax canvas. Who wanted to know?
See?
Mary Kennedy Hens.
See?
That bag has wax canvas on the top.
Yeah, and so you can wrinkle it because there's no interfacing. There's interfacing on the lining, and then there's none on the cork. And I'm sorry, I think Jerry had also asked if you can interface cork and vinyl. You can, you don't really need to. I have in the past, it depends on what I'm making. Handles I don't usually, unless they're really wide and a single handle, and bottoms on like big tote bags I do. But otherwise, I don't think there's much interfacing in this bag except in the lining. But this is why I like the wax canvas, because you see how it's like, it's wrinkled, but that's what it's supposed to look like. So,
thank you.
There, you're welcome. Okay. Heather wants us to match the zipper colors to fabric and cork, or just show us cork. I would love, yes, yeah. I do.
All 150 or whatever it is. Zipper
That's the problem. That is the issue. There's so many corks, and things come in and out of stock, and things get discontinued, and then there's so many zippers that it's not an easy thing to do, and it's not that I don't want to do it. It's a lot of time and effort. It would take me days and days and days to get things done on the website.
Weeks and weeks and weeks.
I mean, well, this is, after I photograph everything, to try to get it on the website would just be awful. So I am always happy to answer your questions. If you're struggling before you place an order, sidestep on that. If you have a question about matching colors, we're happy to answer you before you place an order, but it's really hard to do so afterwards. And please understand, I'm just saying, and this is not a knock against any of us, we all have our own opinions, but our opinions might vary drastically from yours. So when you add a note to an order that says, if you don't like this together, change it out, that is a really uncomfortable request, because Marlene gets an order and has a print and the person has picked teal, and Marlene's like, I wouldn't pick teal, I would pick wine. and you don't really like red. We don't know that. So it's really her taste, your taste, it's all different. So if you want to email me and say, what do you suggest with this? I'm happy to send you a picture and let you pick and say, I love the teal, but I also love the wine. Now you decide. So we're always happy to answer your requests. It's just really hard and awkward to do that afterwards. So always send an email. We will answer your questions, not a problem. Let's see. Yes. I always like seeing that live, seeing this live. Well, you know what? Maybe this will become a live where we look at our zipper colors and our corks and stuff. It's going to take some planning on my end. And if you haven't noticed, that's not really my forte right at the moment. So we will do something like that. Frankie, it's funny that you should say that. Frankie said a sew long or a swap using my patterns. Well, Frankie, join us sometime in September when I announce, and it'll probably be towards the end of September, our third annual handmade holiday swap. Basic rules of it, and we'll go over it more when it's time to start getting the emails together. Basically, the only thing you have to do is you have to make one bag using one of my patterns. If you want to make your partner 17 different bags from different designers, you are welcome to do that. If you want to just make one bag, that is it. We always remind everybody, everyone's time and budget is different, so you do what you can do. I send you, or I give you information here, usually on Facebook, usually a post as well. You send me an email and you give me as much information as you can. The more you tell me about yourself for your partner, the better. So we do that, and then you get your swap sent out by the end of like mid-December, so that it's Christmas-ish, Hanukkah, right around there. So we do that, and it's been really fun. The past 2 years, everyone's had a great time. Yep. In 2 years, we only had one person not complete theirs. I have reached out to her several times. I hope she's okay, but I do not know what happened. And so that's really the only other request, is that if you sign up and get overwhelmed and decide you can't do it, please don't just ignore your partner. Let me know. But we will talk about that, not today. It's a little bit too early.
They're all saying, yay, the swap is back.
The swap, we will be doing it. I think it was fun. I wish that more people would do it. I want you all to sign up and do it. Barb, did you do it last year?
Yes.
You did. Barb did it the last 2 years. You did not do it. I did it the first year, and then I'm not doing it anymore. We're not going to talk about that.
I'm the one that waits, and then has the pressure on me, and I know I'm not.
And I do that a lot too. I totally understand. I'm like, this is my date, and then I'm like, the day before, I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't send it out. I'm a procrastinator. So there was a thing the other day that said, if there was a pill that would cure procrastination, I would take it tomorrow. And I 100%. So
that would be very helpful.
Sing away and dance on the tables. Not these tables. Lisa wants singing. Lisa, have you literally never heard me sing? Do you know how bad my singing voice is, that I actually do not sing happy birthday, I mouth it?
Seriously?
If people are gathered around a cake, I'm like, nope, I don't sing in front of people, ever. Although Eric was in
Do you sing in the shower?
Yeah, because I'm alone. I don't shower with people, so that's totally different.
Well, you might shower with Eric. I don't know.
No, I do not. Showering is me time. Eric was in a grumpy mood the other day, and he came over and put his head on me, and I said, do you want me to sing you a song and make you feel better? He's the only person I will sing in front of, but not seriously. So I sang him a song from Friends, not Smelly Cats. I sang him another song from Friends, and he laughed, so I made him feel better. Patty wants examples of easy items to make for Christmas that can be done quickly. And Patty, a different Patty, she wasn't replying to herself. Patty said, that's just really funny. Both Patties with an I. Patty said, and then Patty said, I also like that idea. And I do too, and we did that last year, and I will do that as a separate Facebook video. Maybe we'll do it next Friday. That's an easy one. I just haven't gathered everything because we still have a mess out there. It's getting less messy, but I will definitely do that. Messy. We did that last year, and now I have some new things to add on, because I don't think we didn't have like Sydney. Nope. Did we have Daybreak? I don't remember, but I've got some things to add. Did we have Daybreak? Okay.
Yes.
I will definitely do that. Teresa, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you go out on the blue table and find me a zipper template? Anyone? I think there's some yellow ones. Teresa wants a repeat of how to use the zipper template. I forgot to bring it in, so Mara's gonna grab it. And Heidi said the video's on my YouTube channel, which it is. And oh my God, Heidi, don't forget to like and subscribe. Heidi, are you my new manager? I love this. That's fantastic. Thank you. So yes, the video is up. It will give you much more detail than what I will show you here. And it's angled down instead of me holding it up. But Marlene's gonna grab a zipper template and I'll give you the basics of how that works.
She knows what she's looking for.
We'll come back.
Marlene, it's the big one.
I can't find it. Oh, I got it.
There's how many out there?
Listen.
Help.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, I can't find the zipper template.
Oh my
Go
God.
help her.
Oh, wait a minute, I got one. Why didn't you tell me it was a big one?
Can you
I
hear
told you it was the big one.
this entire conversation? Okay.
This one?
Yes.
The big one.
Zipper
Zipper
template.
template.
Yeah,
Perfect.
this one.
The one that
The
says
one that I
zipper
couldn't see because it was so
template.
big. I looked at all the other ones. Quite a selection out there.
We're hiring if you want to come and hang out with this.
Everybody's hiring. Nobody wants a job.
Susan's space is so big you got lost.
She did, and we could hear her, and you probably could hear her because the echo in here is horrible, especially out there because there's not a lot of furniture. So anyway, so basics of the zipper template. Each of the lines is 1/4 of an inch, so you can measure and
They can
space your. They can.
I can hear you out there.
So you can measure down from the top of your lining outside whatever you're measuring on. This is 1.5 inches. And funny side note on that, I don't know why. I can't answer all the questions, but excuse me, I burped. All of the patterns that I have, I use different measurements for how to space it. Some of them there's reasons and some of them there's literally not. So you can just use 1.5 inches as a general measurement and just place all your zippers that, unless I've told you there's a reason not to. Sometimes it might appear that I have been drinking before writing a pattern. I don't, but you know, things happen. No, I'm not. I'm never sure about anything. So that's 1.5 inches, but you can space it however you want. This is the line for the center because you always want to find the center. That never changes. And the width of your zipper changes because that depends on the bag, because you don't want an 11-inch zipper in a tiny little Lola. You know, you want different sizes. So the center is 6 and this one's 7. If you want to do an 8-inch, you just mark out here. If you want to do a 10-inch, you mark out here and you draw your box. So you don't have to do the draw line, slide it down, draw line, slide it down. You got your box right here. And then once you have that done, you have your little triangles here that you can trace. So you just trace them. It's much easier if you watch me do it in the video than this spastic, explanation, but I'm doing the best I can. So you draw your box and then you draw your triangles and then you pin it and sew it like you normally would. And this is 1/8 inch acrylic. So if you want to use this like a ruler, you can set this down and put your rotary cutter against it and cut your center. You can do a bunch of things with the edges here. You can use all of them like rulers. And the bottom is curved because there is a little bonus explanation in that video of how to make a zipper overlay. And it gives you the measurements, how tall, which I think it's 1.5 inches, and how wide it's 1.25 inches wider than whatever your finished number is. So if you're doing 10, your zipper overlay would be 11.25. And you can use this to curve the edges. I don't have one in front of me because I didn't read any of these first, so I can't show you what it looks like. But, maybe I lied. Okay.
Where?
Go over there.
Oh gosh.
No, I'm going to direct you. Go over there to that little extension part of my desk where that black wire is.
Yeah.
Right in front of that, is there a little pretty zipper thing? It's probably turned upside down. Yes. Yes. This is the one from the video. Look at that. I didn't even plan this. So this is the one in the video. So on the back,
I
drew my lines.
I like
Is
the
that pretty?
overlay.
Yeah.
So then the overlay, the caramel color right here, I just use the measurements that I gave you in the video. And then I use that to make my little edges rounded. So I have a little overlay.
Flip it around for a second. Oh, all right. I thought you had something extra on the back,
No.
but you don't.
So I cut the opening out, and because this was cork, I didn't sew an extra piece of fabric. I just cut it out because it won't fray. I put my zipper in place, I sewed it, and then I made the zipper overlay, and then I sewed it again. So the zipper is really, it's sewn in there a few times. And the zipper overlay, I just did 1/8 of an inch on the outside and the inside, just like that. And that's how it looks. And you want to do an overlay with something that doesn't fray, so cork, vinyl, anything that's not going to fray on you. So, yeah.
They say
Yeah, I think
that
it looks
is
nice.
the best template.
Well, thank you. I think so too, because that came into my head many years ago, and then I put it aside, and now I finally get to make it. Marilyn, comment on your interview the other day. I had not commented on it yet because I was going to send that little newsletter out, which I did. I also was waiting for Stephanie to send me the video, which she's very busy and she hasn't sent it to me, but eventually I will put it on my YouTube channel. So the interview that Marilyn is talking about, if you didn't see it or get an email, hold on, I don't know what happened. I just stopped. I just glitched again. I did an interview that was uploaded to YouTube this past weekend with my friend Stephanie Sebbing from Quilt Addicts Anonymous. If you are not familiar with her, I would recommend going to follow her channel as well. She does a lot of tutorials for quilting, for like specific projects. She does these monthly fat quarter quilts. She does, it's called Stashin' with Stephanie, and you can sign up and get fat quarters, and you get I think a free pattern that comes with it. She does all of this stuff. I literally do not know how she does as much as she does, and has 2 very young children. It blows my mind. But she also does have more help than I do. She has a video editor. Makes me very, very jealous.
She does a great job promoting you too.
And she does a lot of my bag patterns. So if you ask me for a pattern and you're like, hey, do you have a video on Ellie? I'm like, I don't, but Stephanie does, because I trust her very much. I know that she does a good job. Her videos are full videos, just like mine are, explaining from start to finish. They don't include measurements, just like mine. You still do need to purchase the pattern. She has had to explain that to a few people that don't quite understand how that works, but it's the same as what I do, where if you bought one of my patterns and you want a little extra help, a little hand holding, you want to see how things are done, because I know everybody learns differently, and some people can read words and do what the words say. Some people look at pictures. Some people want to watch, like, you're going to place this here and do this. She does an amazing job. I took a lot of cues from her before I started doing my videos, because I know that she does a very professional job. So if you're looking for something and you don't see it on my channel, go check hers before you even bother wasting your time emailing me, because she might already have it up. And so when I know that she's doing a video, I mark it off on my end, and I'm not going to do that video. I don't need to do something she's already done a great job at. So she's got Diva, Taurus tote bag, Ellie, all around tote, Trendsetter, Brooke, Leading Lady. She's got, and I'm sure there's more. And she has a ton of videos on there that you can watch. So we have known each other forever. I was trying to think about it on the way over here. I don't remember how I met her. I know that I met her through quilting and through a show. I believe Quilt Market, but it might have been Quilt Con. I don't really know. It's one of those things that I just have always known her. She's just been part of my life for as long as I can remember. We always would meet up at shows. She had a podcast, which I don't believe she does anymore because she has her YouTube channel. And the first thing we did together was an episode on her podcast. I don't even remember what it was about. I think we talked about maybe my first fabric line. It's hard to say. But she had asked me about this, and here comes this girl with all her equipment. And I'm like, how do you know how to do all this stuff? Like, I'm blown away, because I didn't even have a YouTube channel. I barely did social media. I was like, can you explain what's happening here? She's like, we put this here, and she's laying all this stuff out. Here's your microphone. I'm like, how? Because that's what her background is in. She has a background in media and marketing and that kind of stuff, and I don't know. So she's very, very smart with technology. That's why her videos are very professionally edited. So we did this interview, and then we just started doing other things. And then at Quilt Market a few years ago, she had her first book coming out. I had my first book that never came out. We were with the same company. There was a lot of stuff. We have a lot of connections. This was publisher number 2, which then became number 3, which then became 0. It's So not everything works out the way that you want it to. Whatever.
Apparently several people have seen the interview and they say it was great.
It was fantastic, and I haven't finished it because I've been watching it in bits and pieces, but we were talking about TikTok, and she put some of my TikToks in the,
Did she
in
really?
the video.
I didn't get that
And
far.
it's so funny because we were just talking about it, and she was like, I love your TikToks, and one of the girls that works for me talks about your TikToks, and she's like, oh, she's like that in real life, and so is her husband, and because she's met Eric. She's had that honor. And I'm like, yep, that's pretty much what it is. And so, yeah, so that was my interview. She has been saying to me, this is the conversation we have probably every other month. We have to get together and do a Zoom video so we can put it on YouTube. I was like, absolutely. And then neither one of us follows through because she's busy, I'm busy, we just keep forgetting. So she had texted me. I was literally walking into Lowe's to buy lights. And she was like, hey, we have Spectrum in. My brain went somewhere else because Spectrum is the name of our cable company here. And I was like, why do you have Spectrum in Illinois? That's weird. And I was like, oh, my boutique line. Never mind. And she's like, do you want to do a Zoom meeting? We can finally talk about your fabric line. We can do it. And I said, yes, when? Let's stop texting each other and then not following through. When? She said, I have Tuesday and Friday this week available that I will already have makeup on. And that's what happens when you make videos. You don't present yourself every day. I understand. And I said, I could put makeup on Tuesday and I will already be here on Friday. So we picked a day and we did it, and she got it done. We did it on Tuesday. She had it up on Saturday. That is the joys of having a video editor. I don't have one of those. So yeah, so we just chatted about a lot of nothing, and then fabric and all sorts of stuff. And I'm like probably a third of the way through the video. I watched bits and pieces of it, but it's beautifully done. She did a great job. And she has, she's used every one of my fabric lines in something she's done, whether it was her Stashing with Stephanie or in one, I think both of my fabric lines are in her books. I want to say she's on her 3rd book. She's killing it. She's doing a great job. But go check out her YouTube channel if you haven't already. She has a ton of stuff on there. And
Do you have copies of her books?
I don't have copies of her books, no, because I'm a loser. I'm a terrible friend. But one of the other things that I see, this is what happens when you have friends. You kind of play off of each other. Mm-hmm. Stephanie last year released a blooper video, which was the funniest thing I've ever seen, because I know every one of those moments when you're making a video and you're like, and you swear, and then you have to beep it out or you have to cut it out like we were talking about earlier. Right. So because of her, I have started a blooper reel that will be released at the end of this year for your viewing pleasure. It will be lovely. There's a lot of, I watch it when I'm having a crappy day and just crack up laughing at the stupid things that come out of my mouth. So I think you will enjoy it. Yes.
Remind people how to sign up for your email.
Once you have purchased something from me, it is my knowledge, according to my website host, that you are already on there. So if you've made a purchase, you're good. If you are unsure, go onto the website right on the homepage, and there's a little box that says first name, last name, email, and you just send it, and then I add you to the list, and then I send you the next email. Check your spam folders. It goes to spam a lot, and then people sign up 17 times. I'm not even joking. It's there.
I know to do that
It's,
with people.
you know, because you're like, oh, I didn't get an email. I thought I signed up. Do it again. I didn't get an email this time. Did I sign up? And you keep doing it. We all do it. It's totally fine. Check your spam. Make sure that it knows I'm not spam.
Speaking of spam,
I don't know why like an email response to you doesn't go to spam, but an email, even though it's the same email address with a newsletter, goes. It's very weird. I've had a lot of people, I think even Pam and I email each other, and she was like, your newsletter was in my spam. I don't understand computers and why they do stuff like that.
Pam got
scammed. But it's a weird thing, and so I also, and I'll do it today, after it's been out for a couple days, because it takes me time to process information, I usually put a link on Facebook. Funny story, Log Cabin, which I don't work for Log Cabin, but I'm there all the time. I'm part of the group. I have signed up for their email newsletter so many times. So, and they manually do it. The person that does their newsletter manually enters it in. And one day, Chloe and I had a conversation, and she said, well, now I know why you're not getting it, because I typed your email wrong. So she fixed it. I still could not get their email newsletters, even though we verified that it was good. I checked my spam. So I would just read it on their Facebook page because it was easier. Out of the blue, I started getting their newsletters. Sometimes computers are really stupid.
I used to, and now I don't.
And I never did, and now I do. So that's why I also try to put it on Facebook.
Now I don't either.
Yeah, see,
Now that you mention
it's very, very weird. I don't understand. I will, if I understood computers, I would have a nice new, brand new kitchen because I'd be wealthy. But I don't understand computers. So, let's see.
Blooper Palooza.
Blooper, it's going to be.
They're looking forward to it.
Phyllis, no. Phyllis said, "How about dancing?" No.
Can we stop
I'll
for one second
dance.
before you go on?
Yes.
Can you remind them what Stephanie's YouTube channel is?
Quilt Addicts. I know I don't say that word right. ADDICTS. It sounds like attic, like attic. Addicts Anonymous, and I don't know how to spell anonymous. Quilt Addicts Anonymous. I don't know. I always put extra letters in there. Stephanie, the worst customers you have to deal with. We could talk for 7 days about that. And I will not be talking about that because I was reprimanded for talking about that. If you haven't noticed yet, I don't put up with people's nonsense. I use other words off camera. And I call people out on it because people are ridiculous. And the last time I did that, I was told that clearly I am the problem. So we'll let her simmer down for a little bit, and then I'll talk about it again in the future. But again, let's go back to, this is a question from Stephanie. Let's go back to the other Stephanie, Stephanie Sebbing. She said she wants to, have you guys ever seen celebrities read mean tweets? Have you ever seen those videos? It's the funniest. Just Google celebrity mean tweets. So they'll hand them a phone and they'll read something and it'll say like, Marlene Stepano has the prettiest face, ... if you ran it over with a car. Like they'll say, and you're like, and the celebrity will be reading it and like, well, that's rude. And so they'll say things like, Emma Stone looks like she smells bad. And I was like, what? So Stephanie said, I want to take all those comments and read them mean tweet style. And I was like, that's fantastic. I want to do that. I want to do that. It'll be really fun.
That would be fun. Definitely.
It's all in good humor. It's not, don't be all bent about it. I mean, my God, I'm not bent about it and it's about me. So, Chris, remember, I have not read any of these, so I have no idea what's coming, but I see 2 laughing faces at the end. So, choosing fabrics to combine to...
Start over.
Choosing fabrics, this is where we would slice that out, edit it out. Choosing fabrics to combine with cork on handbags, and what size of the repeat in a fabric design is the right size. Ooh, that's an interesting topic in itself. I see fabric that has designs that are lovely, but the design is way too big for the real estate on the bag. Songs about color theory are fine. I don't have any songs. I think that would be a fun side topic on itself. I think that would be a fun Facebook video. So I might, shelf that for now. But, excuse me. I know exactly what you mean about the large prints, and you can use them on some bags. Look at the size of this, or even a tourist tote bag. There are some bags that loan themselves to that, but I don't know what's happening right now. Sorry. It's just gonna all come out. It's gonna be really, really offensive. I don't know what's wrong with me.
We have the classy response.
I'm classy all the way. Chris, I love this idea, and actually I'm screenshotting it because I want to add that to a topic. We will talk about repeats and sizes and adding things together. I like that one a lot. So Chris, don't be upset. I'm tabling that for now. Stephanie has another question, and this one is not about mean customers. She said, and she just gave me a whole list of stuff. I like this one. My creative process, bag inspiration, my fabric line. What do you do in your free time?
What free time?
LOL, what free time, right? Yeah. Things you would never do as a business owner. Celebrities you'd like to have coffee or wine with. Your dogs. What do you wish you did differently 10 years ago? Oh, Lord. What right choices have you made over the years? Sing songs from Hamilton. No. My creative process, bag inspiration and fabric line, I'm going to set those aside. I think those are fun topics for other days, because that could be an entire Facebook, right? I think those sound good.
I agree with you.
I will answer some of your questions here. What do I do in my free time? You are right. I don't have a lot, but that is, I choose that. I'm not a super social person. I don't have a lot of friends. I have friends, but like, I'm not that person that goes out to dinner and does all that kind of stuff. I haven't seen a lot of my friends in many years. I did see my friend Wendy because she got new kittens and they were really cute. My husband works a ton too. So like as a couple, we were pretty boring. And I said that to him the other day. There was something going on across the street at the brewing company. And I said, if we weren't boring, we could go hang out over there. I said, but we're boring. When I can muster up some free time, I do like to bake. I actually am a really good baker. Unfortunately, Eric has the diabetes, so I don't bake too much because of that. But
You can bring it here.
I can bring it here so we can all snack on it.
Sure.
I do like to bake. I love true crime. If you haven't noticed that, if you're new here, yeah. I listen to podcasts constantly. I actually don't really listen to music often anymore. Because I have a 45-minute drive here. I listen to podcasts here and back. If I'm working here by myself, I usually have podcasts on. I also really like scary movies and spooky season. And there's a really disturbing movie that's opening today, and I want to see it. I also, I spend a lot of time just scrolling through videos. Like when I have downtime and I don't want to focus on something and I want to not work, I will just sit and scroll through things. I screenshot things I like, or I watch dumb videos. But that's about it. I don't really have much of a personal life. It's really depressing. Things I would never do as a business owner. I also like that for a separate topic, because we've talked about like selling bags and starting businesses and stuff. There's a lot of things I have learned that like I don't think are good ideas. So I would like to do that as a separate topic. So I'm not going to forget all these, don't worry, because I am screenshotting everything. I do like that. Celebrities I would like to have coffee or wine with. I have been fortunate that I've met a lot of like these celebrities in our, like the really popular names in our industry from Quilt Market. I don't always get to sit and like spend a lot of time with them, but I would love to spend more time with some of like the bag people on YouTube. Like I would love to get together in a perfect world, like with Lynn's Handmade and Lauren Mormino and, like people like that, and just sit down and be like, what are you inspired by? What are you working on? Why do you like Cork? Why do you not like Cork? Like, what's going on with this? Tell me some of your horrible comments. Like, just to sit and just like have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine and just chat about all the things that we understand because we do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Also, I would love it if they had a freaking clue in this world who I am, and they don't. Oh, and Jess from Oak La Roots, because she seems like a really peppy, fun person, and I want some of her energy. What do I wish I did?
More energy?
Yeah.
I don't have as much as you think
God.
I do. What do you wish you did differently 10 years ago? 10 years ago when I was 32 years old. Oh, so many things. Well, I wish I never cut carbs out of my life ever, because then once you bring them back, things happen. I honestly, I thought about this the other day. I'm 42 years old. I have probably spent a decent 30 years out of that not loving myself. Not so much my personality, but my appearance or how I am online and things like that. And I wish that even 10 years ago or more, I had told myself that it doesn't matter. That's what I wish I did differently. I wish that I had more confidence. I wish that I started doing this a long time ago. I wish I'd started my YouTube videos sooner. YouTube has only been around since 2005. I started my YouTube channel in 2020. I wasted all that time. I wish that I would have been one of the earlier creators and been able to put myself out there, but I don't think I had any confidence in myself to do it, because at that time in my life, one bad comment of someone saying, I don't like your pattern, I was like, I'm terrible at this. I wish that I learned to ignore all of that and just be more confident in myself. That's what I wish I would have done. And in hindsight, why didn't I start a YouTube channel 10 years ago? Because I guess I wasn't ready for it. So I know you have to do things when you're ready, but if I had this information, if I had all this knowledge and I could go back 10 years, I would definitely be like, just do it. Just do it. You're going to do a great job. It's not that hard, and you need to do it for yourself. Do it. And I honestly wish I had never moved into the garage with Eric. And it's not because of him, but man, it was dirty and loud in there. And I wish that we could have had a nice building like this 10 years ago. So yeah, I wish that I would have liked myself a little bit better back then, but I didn't.
You had to
So
start somewhere.
I did have to start somewhere. And I mean, you know, I think I'm all right now. So, you know, but 10 years ago, it would have been really great. What right choices have I made over the years? Finding my confidence and starting a business and not caring what people think and just doing things and making videos. Those are the right choices that I made. I made a lot of wrong choices, tons of wrong choices in my personal life and my business. But you know what? I know that I've made some right ones. I wish I had just done them sooner. So those are, and loving my dogs unconditionally. That is a right choice.
Yes,
and
it
letting
is.
them have whatever they want and letting them be spoiled buttheads because they only have a limited amount of time here. And I've made sure that all of them knew that they were well loved. That I have done right. I can say that with extreme certainty. Oh, Terry, top 10 favorite chocolates, pies, cakes, ice creams, adult beverages, what you sip in the sewing studio. Okay, we're going to do this rapid fire. Favorite chocolate, milk chocolate. Favorite pie, apple warm with vanilla ice cream. Favorite cake, I love yellow cake with chocolate frosting. I'm weird. Favorite ice cream, chocolate peanut butter. It's my favorite. Adult beverage, very sweet white wines, and also vodka tonics. I'm hit or miss. What do I sip in my sewing studio? I sip white wine outside of the sewing studio. Wine and me do not mix well with sewing. In my sewing studio, I'm usually drinking water or coffee because I have a coffee addiction. Connie, tell me how to start a zipper in a spot where it meets without looking off. I'm probably stupid. You're not stupid. Bottom top, what's the trick? Oh, like, are you talking about putting the zipper pull on? Tell me how to start a zipper in a spot where it meets without looking off. I assume that's
that little bubble like
I
that.
assume you mean how to not get the bubble. If you're worried about the bubble, the stupid bubble, I just overcut my zipper so that I can zip it all the way to the end, get rid of the bubble and open up that end, and you can always sew over it. If you're talking about like a double zipper, practice. There's no other way around it except practice. And I do the pinch method, which I've talked about, where one pull is on and I pinch before I see like if the other zipper pull is going to work. It sounds really stupid right now, but I've talked about it a lot. So,
Okay.
Shelly, I'm looking for a good wristlet and small clutch bag. I know you have a couple of older patterns for those, like Brooke and yes, the Leading Lady. Compare them. I don't have them with me, but I will do that for you at some point. What do you remember? I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I think it was the year before, where I went through all of my patterns and I was like, tote bags, small bags. I think we should do that again because
Especially
we
before
have
the holidays.
before the holidays
Yeah.
because we have more patterns. I'm pretty sure I did that alone. So I don't think you guys were here. And I think it was 2020 because I think it was like an extra, it was like an extra
remember
video I
doing
did.
it, though.
So I'll do that again and then we can do a comparison of everything. And Cindy also likes that idea. And Joe, can we revisit some of your original bags and chat about what changes, if any, you would make to update? Absolutely. I also like that for a separate topic. I love that you guys are giving me, you're planning the rest of my year for me.
There you go.
You can sing, Marlene can dance, Barb can pretend she doesn't know either of you.
Barb does that anyway.
That's
Yeah.
pretty typical.
Yep. Barb does that to me a lot, more than
Well,
she does it to
can
you.
you blame me?
Ray has suggestions for new templates or is asking if I want any. I know the Diva is just rectangles. I would love a 9x8 and 8x4. There's a couple reasons why I don't do those. As you mentioned, they are just rectangles. But also, should I say it? I'll say it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
There's a woman who also lives in this state who stole my pattern. And one of the benefits of her pattern, as she's explained, even though she didn't steal steal my pattern. You see where I'm going? She doesn't know my pattern. She never stole it, but it's one of the benefits of hers over mine. You get where I'm going here. Is that she has templates for all of those and they're rectangles. So am I a little bit bitter and irritated? Yeah, probably. Will I cut out just rectangles as templates? I'm going to say probably not, but I never say no to anything because you never know what will happen in the future. If I got enough requests for something, I probably would. So Ray, it's nothing against you. You had no idea about that, but that's all that I can say about that. Eric Vandenberg. How about you can talk about your fabulous husband? Well, he spelled all the words right, so I will give him points for that. He did use the correct form of your, so that got me a little hot. That was sexy. We have problems with that sometimes. Eric, what would you like me to say about my fabulous husband? This month, we will be married for 15 years. Our anniversary is coming up in a few weeks. 15 years. I've spent almost 18 with this man, which blows my mind because I've never done anything for that long. Not like that. That's not what I meant. I've never stuck out with anything, like even jobs. I think 4 years is my maximum. But I have a business and a husband for a long time,
There
so
you go.
I did good on that.
Yeah. He's a keeper.
Talk about my fabulous husband. I don't know. There's just so many things to say about you, lover. He's wonderful. He did go back to work. He actually is not hating it as much as he did pre-Tomageddon. He's enjoying himself at work. This week, as I was telling them, he had a crazy, weird schedule change. His new schedule, he works 3 to 11, which I kind of like because I get a little bit of peace and quiet at home, but we don't have dinner together anymore, which is fine, whatever. But he had Monday off, 3 to 11, noon to 8, and then today was 7 a.m. to like 1 or 2 or something because they have to do volunteer work that's not really volunteer work. I don't know. I don't understand what he does. Mandatory volunteer work that they get paid to do. No one's ever paid me to do anything.
Yeah.
Like
State Farm used to do that.
Well, I guess I never worked for a big enough company.
Make a difference day.
Make a difference day.
Yeah.
So yes, so he is fabulous. He still has 9 toes. We're hoping to keep it at that. He's the best dog dad. And even when he gets frustrated with them, Zoe just kind of sits there and is like, hey, I still love you. And he talks to them in funny voices, and it's really, really cute. And he also tells me what their voices would sound like. Do you give voices to your animals? Is that just me?
No.
So he has voices for all of them. God, it's really funny. I miss him on TikTok. He needs to do some TikToks with me, but he's been super busy. So that's my fabulous husband of almost 15 years. And Elena, edge paint, using a Cricut or scan and cut, cork maintenance, and bag tags and labels. All right, we're gonna wrap it up with this one. Edge paint. I did a very quick video on it because I'm not very well versed in it, and I can do it, but I don't do it because I'm extremely lazy. I'm the laziest person you'll ever meet. I love the look of it when it's done properly. I don't love doing it. It's just, yeah. Like, I like when my house is clean, but I don't like cleaning it. Like, that's just a waste of time. So there are better videos than the one that I did. There are better videos out there that will explain edge paint. I think it's a really cool thing. It's just not something that I really have gotten big into. Like I said, it looks great when it's well done, but it's a lot of effort. Using a Cricut or a scan and cut. I do have a scan and cut. It is not here. I think it's still at my house, but I have been meaning to do a video on the scan and cut because I have used it to cut cork. So I will try to do that in the near future. It is on my list of things to do. A lot of people now are using those machines to do their bag cutting, which I have opinions on that. Like, I love that yeah, I know, shocking. I love the convenience of it and the idea behind it, but you still have to load those ideas into a computer, make sure you get the pieces right, like make sure everything's correct before you do it. So I'm old fashioned. I'd rather just walk over to a cutting mat and cut it. So it's not that it's a bad thing, but it's not one of those things that gets me excited. And I see a lot of people in other bag groups are like, I do everything on my cutter. I'm like, I don't. Also, I have a laser cutter, which I could do the same thing, but again, it's uploading things and sizing things and all that, so that laziness thing comes back around and I don't do it. I have used my scan and cut for like little shapes. Remember those flowers we used to make at the show? Yeah. I've done those. Cork maintenance. yours has started to crack, because it will. Unfortunately, it's one of the downfalls of cork. Cork, the benefits, it's eco-friendly, it's super lightweight, it's a natural product, it's not made from any kind of animal byproduct, it's great. It does crack. It does over time. It can crack on hard folds. It can crack on corners. It's one of the unfortunate parts about cork, but it doesn't mean I don't love it. It's, to me, just kind of looks aged. It just kind of gets like that aged look to it. I have not seen or heard from anybody that I work with any kind of maintenance you can do to it. You know, there's like those, like when you're working with leather, they have like leather, you know, oils and things. I've never heard of any of those made for cork specifically. So as far as I know, and if I'm wrong and if you know something, tell me. As far as I know, there isn't much that you can do about that except just kind of let it age, let it soften up, let it get a little dirty, let it kind of do its thing. It will crack. It's just the way that it is. And it's not the cork. It's not the cork. Like, it's not like your bag's cracking, it's gonna rip apart. It's usually the top layer where there's ink or where there's a print, where like on a really hard fold where you're really creasing it, that it just gets a little bit of a crack. Again, to me, I just kind of let it go because it looks aged. Bag tags and labels. I didn't forget about those, but I have been overrun with other things. This whole moving situation. This was not in my plan for 2022, as well as many other things. So I feel still somewhat scattered. I think we're getting much better. The piles are getting smaller. I want to be done. I want to be completely unpacked. So until I can get 100% of these boxes unpacked and get everything put away, that's the last room. That's it. I have one room and it's like probably halfway there. The furniture's in place, the stuff's ready. Once that's done, I will start doing the bag tags and labels that I showed you guys way long forever ago. Like, I think it was like April, but I will get back to those. And I will get back to doing some other new things and new patterns. I have new patterns. They're in here. They just have to get here. They have to get here. So, you know, it's really hard to put everything else aside and start working on something new when that's going to be the only thing I want to focus on. I just want to finish getting everything set up. We want to have an open house. We're trying to pick a date, because if I have a date, then I can have a goal. So things are coming. They're just slow. That's the theme of 2022. I didn't expect this. Everything happened slowly. That's my theme for this year.
What's the theme for 2023?
It better be better than 2022. That's the theme. That's the theme. It better be better than this.
Donna wants to know if you're going to stop in at my retreat next week. She'd love to see you.
No, because I'm going to be in Delaware. Unfortunately, Barb and I have this really great way of booking things at the same exact time as each other. It's a really great thing we do.
Yeah.
So yes, she has a retreat next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I am going to Delaware Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we won't see each other. Marlene's shipping orders, you know, and we make do, but yeah.
Right.
We don't plan things together, and then we find out like later on, oh, you're not going to be here. Oh, I'm not going to be here. Oh, you're not going to be here. And that's pretty much our life.
How many times did I change my South Carolina trip
Oh
because
my God. I know. Listen, at least it wasn't in April.
No.
So, no, I will not. I'm sorry, Donna. I won't be, because I won't be here. If I was, I would love to stop by.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
In October.
Well, we'll see what I
There'll
can
be
do in
another one in
October.
November.
I'll see what I can do in November. Donna, you let me know which ones you'll be at, and I will
She's
do
at
my
all of
best.
them.
Well, then I will try my best. Is that everything? Have we entertained the crowd?
Bobby says new patterns. Yay!
Yes.
Sue Smith says, I agree.
Yes. It's not because I don't want to write them. You guys understand. I don't have to keep saying it. There's just a lot going on. So we will get caught
Can't
up.
sit still long enough. Got too much to
Listen.
do.
I work 12 to 14 hours a day. I have to draw the line somewhere. I still need to sleep and eat. And when I get home, I'm tired and I'm still working. So I don't want to write a pattern tired. And if I'm here, I have to be doing the stuff that needs to be done here. Marlene couldn't find the zipper template because the table out there is full of templates that are ready to be shipped out. They're shipping orders, I'm shipping templates, I'm trying to unpack boxes, I'm trying to pack things to go to Delaware. There's just a lot of stuff going on. If you're volunteering to come set stuff up, come on over.
Cheryl Taylor says she'll apply.
Come on down, Cheryl. No, I feel like it's getting done out
It
there.
is.
I feel like it's
You have
is.
done so much stuff.
Yeah.
My God,
yes.
you really have.
I've done a lot.
Imagine if I had even
We've
more
done
energy.
some, but you've done 90% of it.
Because I don't 100% know what I want, so it's hard
Well,
for me to
that's-
tell
yeah.
you what to do, but also I decide as I'm in the moment and then I want it a certain way, so I might as well just do it myself instead of stopping and saying, hey Marlene, do it this way. That's just, I might as well just do it. So I do what I do. I'm burping again. Are we all done?
I think so. I think we might be done.
Thank you for all of your ideas. If I did not address them today, I screenshotted them and I'm going to do them in separate videos because I love some of your ideas.
Screenshotted? Is that a word?
It
Shotted?
is now, yes.
Screenshotted them.
How, are you judging me? That's
No, I'm
that's
just
not-
making funny. I'm not judging.
No, I'm just making fun of you.
There's a difference.
Honesty.
There's a
There's always
difference.
honesty around here. That is true. That is true. There's a big.
Screenshotted them.
I screenshot them. So listen, I'm just gonna drink my pumpkin coffee. and
Go for
be
it.
Done with it.
Pumpkin coffee.
It's a vanilla sweet cream cold brew with pumpkin.
Ooh, that sounds awful.
Delicious. I also wish I would have known 10 years ago how much I liked pumpkin because I hated it back then. It's delicious.
We went out for ice cream last night and they had pumpkin ice cream at Farmer's Daughter.
It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really good.
It does not sound.
Pumpkin everything. All right, are we ready to end this?
Are we ready to end the game?
All I see is Charlie. I can turn my sound on now. What did I miss? Can you start over? Absolutely. So,
So, as we begin, I'm going to turn us on. We're live now.
I'll see you guys next week.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.